Hello, and today we will be installing Node.js onto Ubuntu desktop. So as you can see, we are running Ubuntu 12.0.4. If you need to know how to install Ubuntu desktop, just go ahead and look at the comments below, and there will be a video link to that tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and log in. And before we start the installation process, we're going to go ahead and come up here, and we're going to make sure that we have the latest software updates. So we'll let this run. Looks like there is no updates, so I'll just go ahead and close. We now go ahead and go up to dash home, and then we can type terminal to let it find the terminal, which is the command prompt. I'm going to go ahead and drag this into my menu bar for easy access, and we'll go ahead and open this up and start installation. So the first command is sudo apt-get install python dash software dash properties. Okay, we already have the latest version, so we'll go ahead and move to the next one. So sudo apt-add-repository ppa chris-lea dash node.js. Go ahead and select enter. Then the next one we will do sudo apt-get update. And the reason why we're doing these steps first is that we're also going to be installing the NPM, which is the Node package manager. So the package manager will allow us to download third-party applications to Node. So it's kind of Node's own personal repository system. I'll go ahead and pause this video until let this finish up. And we are back. So we're going to go ahead and proceed to the next one. Sudo apt-get install nodejs, and we are also going to install npm as I mentioned. Hit yes. Okay, and now what we can do is we can type node --version, and as you can see we have installed the latest version, which as of May 2012 is .6.17. So from here, let's go ahead and do a quick hello world to make sure that Node does run properly on our Ubuntu desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and create a folder, name it Node, and then in here I'll create another folder and I will name it hello world, and within this I will create an empty document and I will just call it app.js. And then in here we're going to create our own JavaScript server that will run on Node.js. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to define a variable, call it HTTP, and what we're going to do is we are going to bring in a Node object which will be used to create our HTTP server. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use that variable, and then we're going to go ahead and call the method create server. Inside here, we will define a callback function. There will be two parameters, and then our curly braces. And in here, we will just write a simple HTTP header. So header or writeHead, and it will be a 200. Then we will declare an object, content type, and we will be sending down text /plain, semicolon to end that. And then we will end our HTTP call, and in the end we can send down the body. So in here we will say hello world. Here we're gonna go ahead and add a listen, and we're gonna say listen to port 8000. And then we will go ahead and do a console.log, and then we will say server running. Go ahead and save that, and if I didn't make any JavaScript errors, this should run. So close that down. So in here, I'm going to change directories. We're going to go into that node folder, and then we're going to go into the hello world folder, and then all I need to do is type node app.js, and as you can see, it says server running, which is my console.log. So now if we open Firefox and then we type localhost said 8000, I think, we get our hello world response, and that is a very simple app server. Now you in order to stop your JavaScript app server, you can go ahead and hit Command-C, and that will stop the server so that you can go back to the command prompt. Another thing you can do is you can just type node, and what this will do is it'll bring you to a it's kind of like a JavaScript console, like you do have on like a Chrome Java development tool. So you can do something like, and then you can do things like function test parameter 1, parameter 2, and then you can say, so you're basically creating a function. You can say return p1 plus p2 semicolon, and the reason why it says undefined is because when it reads that, it's looking for a value to return. Since there is no value to return in that statement, it'll just be undefined. But then in your next statement, you can call that function. You can say 2 and 4 semicolon, and it'll run that function and give you back 5. And again, Control-C to get out of it. Okay, so that is a quick do-it-yourself hello app. I am going to show you how to use the package manager that we installed along with Node.js. So with the package manager, what we're going to go ahead and do is, let me go down one directory. Actually, cd, go back into the node folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install Express, and once we start downloading this, I will explain what Express is. So go ahead and do sudo npm install -g, which means make this global so that I can call it anywhere within the command prompt. So what Express is that it's a framework to allow you to develop code easier. So Express is to Node what Rails is to Ruby. So another one would be Express is to Node what Spring is to Java, and to a lesser extent, Express is to Node what jQuery is to JavaScript. So it's just a way for you to do applications more efficiently by giving you a lightweight framework for you to work with. So let's use Express to create a hello world that you can kind of work off of. So I'm gonna go ahead and within where you are right now within the node directory, I'm just gonna say Express, and I am going to create a new project. And this is how you would declare it. You would say Express, and I'm gonna say hello Express. So it went ahead and created all those files, and then I'm gonna go change into that directory. So hello Express. So what it looks like in the file structure is that this would be my root, my home. I would go into node, and then there's hello Express. And these are all of the files that it created when I typed express hello Express. So what I can do now is I can type npm install -d for dependencies, and then from there I can write node app.js, and now it is running this server that's created in my hello Express. So if I go ahead and go to my browser again and type localhost, and this time it used port 3000, and there it is. So it says Express, welcome to Express. So again, I can come back in here and I can hit Control C to stop the server. And if I go ahead and open this up, you'll see that the code it's more complicated because it is using a framework, but it kind of does the same thing. So it brings in the Express framework, brings in routes, which is a way to manage your web pages in Express. And then let's see, down here, what you can see is it is listening on port 3000. And where is the create server? Oh, it does create the server. I just can't find it right now. But go ahead and check this out. And it's definitely one of the ones that you would want to check out for a framework if you're going to develop any applications. And like I said, you don't really need it, but it is worth checking out. Hope this was helpful to you, and thank you for watching.